Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Gladria West. Yes, it's West. Okay, I got that right. I am your humble DM, Tyler, and with me I have the Gladria West crew. Oh, I messed up the icons here, but that's an easy fix. But I have the rest of the crew here, and as you can hear, you have hearing some battle music because we're going to get right into combat. But if you guys would like to reintroduce yourselves to the viewers, because it's been a while.
Evil. I'm Aloe. I'm playing Marina.
Hi, I'm Voodoo. I play Cray.
I'm Raylan. I play a male Kenku rogue.
Joey with Jazard Go. Best party member.
And I'm Sharif. We all know I'm the main character here.
Glad to have you back, Sharif. All right. So, a little recap before we start rolling initiative. So, you guys were able to successfully go to Castle Gladria and were able to cash in that gold necklace, in which I think you guys got 300 gold pieces apiece for each,
Yeah.
just for one necklace. Afterwards, Wildfire took the gold and bid you guys farewell and left the party. Other than that, you guys shopped around, purchased some stuff, better equipment, better weapons and armor. You guys then encountered a half-orc male by the name of Randall, in which Marina challenged Randall, but was unsuccessful as far as beating him. Afterwards, you guys went to the tavern and decided to eat some grub, try to get some information, not just Randall, but just on the happenings of what's going on. There was an instance where there was a food eating contest between Sharif and Ogard, a giant half ogre, and was able to successfully beat him in the set food eating contest. Other than that, you guys gathered information about trying to figure out like who this Randall guy is or what have you. While you guys were discussing on what to do next, a guard who recognized Marina's runes notified her that he met her brothers, who then said, well, yeah, what's the way to put this? Who the guard basically told Marina that her brothers, who she's been trying to find, are trying to get some glory by trying to go after the Swamp King Darkaran. Knowing that her brothers are in trouble, you guys decided to go more northwest after resupplying and traversing. Along your travels, you guys are then currently ambushed by some Displacer Beasts and did a surprise round on you right before that episode ended. So it is at this point I would like everyone to roll initiatives for me, please.
No.
8.
Loading up D&D Beyond right now.
8's for you, Marina?
Mhm.
Okay.
8 for me as
Well.
well.
Okay.
12 for Sharif.
12 for Sharif.
17 plus my modifier. I forgot to open my character sheet.
14.
Okay, between Raylan and Marina, who would like to go first?
We'll let Marina
I
go
think-
first.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think me is better so you can get sneak attack on a specific target.
Wow,
Alrighty.
there you go.
Just rounding initiatives real quick. So, Marina, you guys said that Marina wanted to go first between the two of you?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, Jazargo, you're up. You guys were traversing the swamp until two Displacer Beasts showed up and tried to attack Marina, dealing, I think, only minuscule damage, if I recall.
Yes, they only did 4 because they did 2 different damage types, which I reduced.
Gotcha. But Jazargo, you're the first to act. What do you do?
Alright, well, I opened my character sheet for
Alright.
one. Hold up.
And to trying to give visual to some Displacer Beasts, these guys are large as far as like length, so they're not tall, but they're long. They're basically panthers with 6 legs and 2 tentacles with spikes on them. Just to give a visual description of what you guys are facing.
Alright. Are we, we're in, like, marshland, right?
You're
Kind
in,
of like a
you're in,
difficult terrain, you would say?
you're not in difficult terrain yet. It's not like harsh enough to where it's going to restrict your movement, but you guys have been traveling in these types of swamps for the past couple of days now, so at this point you're used to it. So movement isn't a restriction for you in this part of the swamp.
All right. My computer is slow. It might take a minute to get the character sheet up.
Waiting. This would be a good time to review your character sheets. I know we just started, but it's good to think of your actions.
Yeah,
Plan
we had a
ahead.
long rest last session, right?
Yep.
If I recall.
Yep,
so...
you guys did.
Perfect. I know what I'm gonna do. I just don't know what dice I need to do it. I'm about to zap this guy.
Alrighty.
With guiding bolt. All right.
Which
Let's
one?
go. Do regular spell, not level 2, level 1.
I'm talking about target.
Oh, target. Farthest. Yeah, one on the right.
One on the right. Okay, go ahead and make your attack with disadvantage. There is a reason for. Wait, is it? It's an attack roll, right? First off. For guiding bolt?
Yes.
Okay,
I
go ahead
believe.
and make that attack with disadvantage. I'll let you know after the roll why that is.
Alright. Oh, that is a 16 and a 17 with a +3, so that'd be 19.
That
To hit.
hits. Now, before you roll damage, let me just read something on the Displacer Beast real quick.
Off to a good start already, though. Someone hit.
It is pretty good. We can start focusing that one.
All right. So, what does your guiding bolt look like?
Like the name explains, put my palm out and I go, zap, just very out loud. I yell the word zap. It's like a very straightforward, zap comes out of my hand in the general direction of that guy.
All right. As you yell zap and shoot your guiding bolt, you see that your guiding bolt actually goes through the Displacer Beast, revealing it to be an illusory copy.
At least you know that now.
Yep. So right now, its
Luckily.
illusory copy is at this point gone. So now the actual Displacer Beast is showing.
Good.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I say as my bolt goes through the beast, guys, did you see it? One shot, one kill, yippee! I look like celebratory, thinking I just killed this thing, just incinerated it, no ash, no nothing. As I have nothing else to do and I end my turn.
Okay. All right. It is now the Displacer Beast's go. The Displacer Beast, pissed off that you've heard its duplicate, will go around Marina
Oh, wow.
and will attack you, Jazargo. So it will hit you with 2 tentacle attacks. The first hit is a 13 to hit.
That hit?
Does not hit.
Does not hit? Alright. Second attack with the tentacles. 10 does not hit either. Alright, so
No.
because it was like instinctively mad at you, it just like circles around Marina at a fast direction and tries to swipe at you, but with your quick nimbleness you are able to dodge out of the way from the attacks.
As it ends its turn, I lean down and kiss my necklace and whisper a little word, and then a purple eyeball flies out and sinks into the creature. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay, this is for
Stone rune.
okay. Let me see the stats here. You said wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Does a 14 succeed?
It does.
Okay.
It shakes off the effect.
Alright. So as you try to cast your, I guess, rune, I think it's a casting of it, but you try to do it, but it seems to have no effect on the creature.
Unfortunately.
What does that rune do?
It incapacitates the creature and makes its movement speed 0.
Ooh, okay.
Alright. Craig,
And
you're up.
has to do it at the turn.
I'm up. Alright.
You see
have
this
to get in the
Displacer
range.
Beast attacking your friends. What would you like to do?
All right. 25 feet. How much movement do I have against? I'm gonna have to close that distance.
You should be able to have
Yeah,
enough movement to close it.
I have more than plenty, so I'm gonna take Cray, move him into space to attack, and use my quarterstaff to take a swing at him.
All right, make your attack roll.
18.
Hits.
All right. With a 10 damage,
Alrighty.
and then bonus action to do flurry of blows.
All right. Spending a key point on 2 more punch or kicks, or however you want to figure it.
Yeah, a few kicks. I got 12.
12 does not hit.
All right.
I think you have 1 more attack, I believe, with flurry of blows.
All right. That is a 21 that does hit.
That does hit.
That would be 5 damage.
Alrighty, dealing 15 damage total to the creature. You run up, you hop over Sharif, and as it does, you give a big crack of your quarterstaff right onto the Displacer Beast. As you try to go for a kick, it instinctively dodges out of the way, but doesn't see the second kick coming. It is now looking ferocious at you, Cray. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No. I just stand my ground, unwavering.
Alright, Sharif, you are up. What would you like to do?
I look at my friend that just jumped over my head and say, "That was my spot!" And I'll just slowly move around in the water to go and hit it with my big stick.
Alrighty. Go
It is
ahead and make your
important.
attack.
Big stick. That's 18 to hit.
18 does hit. Roll damage.
11
Am I
of
still-
damage.
11 damage?
Am
Yes.
I still riding on him at the moment? Oops.
There you go. You can just detach. You're able to detach him if you're able to.
Yeah, I'm trying to detach myself from him.
You're glued to his shoulder.
Alrighty. So, Sharif, you run towards the creature as you yell out, "That's my spot." You, Raylan, instinctively jump off before he charges at the creature. Hit him with your giant stick as you do, Sharif.
Yes.
Alright. Well, I can't seem to figure out the
I got it.
detach
I
thing right
fixed it.
now, so we'll do.
I
So,
fixed it. Should work.
I'm not big and squishy, so I'm going to stay behind my monk friend.
It is.
and now.
It's actually Marina's turn, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry
Sure.
about that.
That's
Forgot
why I
about that.
asked.
I forgot.
Marina's going to smash her spear onto her shield, and a little rune will glow from the center as Marina grows twice over in size and turns to a 10-foot tall giant fucking woman. And
There we go.
and I'm gonna move around to get like some space, so I'm flanking with Sheriff, so I can get a little +1 to hit.
All right.
16 to hit.
Yes, that does hit.
Cool. It'll be 13. It didn't do the. Oh yeah. Okay, so it'll be 13 points of damage.
Okay.
To begin with, and then make a strength saving throw for me as a little spark of my earring goes on fire, runs down my arm onto the spear, and chains begin to wrap around this guy.
Okay. Would this be
Oh.
a save throw that would affect damage?
Nope.
It's just to restrain him?
Just to restrain him.
Okay.
Does not affect the damage.
Gotcha. I just want to
Uh,
make sure because it has an ability if it does something. And what save is this?
Strength.
Strength? It rolled a 16. Does that save?
6. Yeah, it definitely saves. He still takes an extra 7 points of fire damage, so 20 total.
20 total. All right. Now, is the fire damage like part of the effect? Like if he fails, it takes this damage or half as much, or is it just automatic damage?
It's just automatically 2d6. The what it prevents is him taking 2d6 damage at the start of every turn while he's restrained.
Gotcha.
But the original 2d6 not reduced,
Gotcha.
even if he makes a save.
Okay, so we'll not use its avoidance feature based on that language. So, alrighty.
Okay.
Good,
And then
good, good,
I'll
good.
and then I'll action surge.
Alrighty.
Because fuck it.
Yeah, go
And I'll
ahead.
stab it again.
Alrighty. Make your attack.
25.
25 hits.
Cool. That'll be only 8 points of damage because the giant smite's once per turn.
Gotcha. How much damage again? I'm sorry.
In total, that would be 28.
28. Okay. What was the damage from the last attack you did?
8.
8. Okay, gotcha. Alrighty. Just doing some math. Alrighty. So, you grow as big as this Displacer Beast, but taller. You hit it.
Yes.
You hit it with your spear, and as it does, it takes a blow. And as your flames try to swirl, try to restrain it, it dodges it, but it still takes a large run of the flames, and then you attack it for the second time for good measure. Is there anything
Yes.
else you'd like to do?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Raylan, now it's your turn.
Sorry about that. Yeah, last time I just got it in my head because you were mentioning me. Sorry. So, wait, am I muted?
No, you're good.
No,
No,
you're
I'm
good,
not.
you're
Okay. So, seeing my big, strong friends in front, I'm going to maintain my distance. But now that I've leveled up, I'm going to use my bonus action and my regular action to do 2 separate attacks.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of like put my my feathers up to my temple, kind of like I'm doing like a Jedi like force push, like I'm trying to channel something.
Right.
And I'm going to do psychic blades
All right.
for my bonus action.
All right. Do you have to see the creature to do the attack or no? Because right now your friends are kind of blocking your view at the moment.
Okay, then I'll do.
Wait.
Then I'll do.
But you can definitely move and do it. That's not an issue.
And it says ranged attack.
Yeah.
He's just saying it'll have cover from your friends, but if you go like here.
Yeah, but if
Wait,
you
okay.
move, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, and you have movement to
Yeah,
get to the side.
Yeah, I'll move it. I was looking back at the screen. I didn't have them both at the same time. Right over here is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for the first attack
All right.
with the psychic blades.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Yes, does hit.
Okay, and that is 4 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do another psychic blades for my regular attack.
All right, make your regular attack.
An 11, I'm guessing, does not hit.
It does not hit.
Okay.
Anything else you like to do movement-wise?
So I've moved like 15. I'm gonna move another 5, 10, 15 right over here.
Gotcha. So as Marina did those attacks, you swooped on the side and try to conjure some of your psychic abilities and toss 2 daggers at the Displacer Beast. The first one able to stabs it right into its stomach right before it vanishes, leaving the wound. But as you throw the second one, it takes notice and is able to dodge it with its quickness. You then able to fly around to the side.
I also have a question. Did I get sneak attack on the first action?
Yes. So if you want to roll sneak attack damage, you can.
Yes. So that is 6 extra damage.
6 extra damage? Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Great.
We're on top of the initiative. Jazagro, it is your turn.
Welcome back.
How can all of you guys not take on even one of them? I just incinerated a second. As I kind of ready my fists. I'm going to show you guys how it's done and just punch this guy once. A jab.
Okay, make your
I
attack
really
roll.
hope this skills.
I can't wait to see, like, it would be hilarious if you just punch him and, like, your fists just, like, crumple. And all of a sudden.
Okay, unarmed strike. Is this still disadvantage or?
No, it's regular attack rolls.
Okay. Okay, that's 12.
12 does not hit.
Oh.
As you try to punch it, it tries to bite at you, but you're able to be like, oh shit, and pull your hand back.
Is anybody hurt? Healing word.
Fortunately, no, I think we're good. Actually, yeah.
Alright.
Marina, are you still hurt?
I'm a little hurt, but I'm fine.
There you go.
Oh, you're
There's your target.
Alright, 1d4 plus 1. Where's my d4?
It's a triangle dice if you use a
I
physical
know.
dice.
Oh. physical dice because my computer takes at least 2 minutes to roll dice on D&D Beyond.
That's why I use physical as well.
It's
Oh,
for dramatic effect.
4 plus 1. That's
There
5.
we are.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the
Wait.
word that you said that heals them?
Heal.
Obviously,
Okay.
A man, a
How
few
much-
words.
How
of
much
course.
did I heal?
5.
5 health. I
Oh, cool.
I point
back
out my
up to
hand
max.
like in this jab, I realize I'm about to miss. So like to cover up, I kind of like stumble forward a tiny bit, accidentally dodging the beast blow, pointing out my finger. I heal.
Okay.
Alright,
As
anything
I
else you'd like
straighten my
to do?
posture, and end my turn.
Alrighty. So this Displacer Beast is looking pretty hurt, and it is full of piss of vinegar at all of you. So much so that, and it starts to shift left and right, like constantly in between these squares here. And as it does, it's fade. You think it was gonna fade away, but it actually is quite the opposite. As all of a sudden, it's now 2 of them seems to take its place.
Let's see, we're doing this again.
And
Looks like we are.
and at this point, let me just read something real quick on the stat block. I just want to make sure something here. Okay. Alrighty. So this one at the left. Oh, this one over here that I'm moving is gonna attack you, Jazargo, twice.
Whoa.
All right. So I hit you twice because I rolled 19 and 15 plus 6 on each. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
that hits.
take a grand total of, from both attacks, 14 bludgeoning damage and 6 piercing damage as it waves its tentacles around to smack you.
14 plus what was the other one? 6?
14 and 6.
I have a question.
Oh my-
Do we get to do opportunity attacks on this, like these conjured ones, because technically something appeared?
It does not. Opportunity attacks only happens if it physically moves on its own will out of your space. It just shifted and another thing appeared.
Okay, good to know.
And then afterwards, the second one is going to attack Cray twice. Does a 12
That's a
hit
lot
you,
of
Cray?
No, it does not.
And then the second one hits you with
Luckily.
19 plus 6.
Okay, that one a little bit, yeah.
You'll be taking 7 bludgeoning and 3 piercing.
Jesus.
All right. It is now your turn, Cray, as these Displacer Beasts attack Jazargo,
No.
and then the other attacking you twice. Which one would you like to do?
Alright, so first of all, Korea's gonna jump in front of Jazargo to protect him as he then readies his quarterstaff again. Stay back, Gray. I'll handle this from now. Then that's a
Which one are you attacking?
6. The left one.
The left one? Okay. Go ahead and
Yeah.
make your attack with disadvantage.
Alright. 16.
16 with disadvantage?
Yes.
All
They
right.
rolled a 16 and a 20.
And this is your quarterstaff or your punch or kick?
Quarterstaff.
All right. As you smack this one on the left of the quarterstaff, it fizzles and fades away, revealing the real one.
That was mine.
It's not your day right now, Shar.
Alright. Then, I still get a bonus action to use my another
Yes.
Fury.
You
Alright,
can
then,
do
yeah.
it. As long as you got key points, you're good.
Yeah, I got a fresh 2 more of them. So realizing that I missed the real one, I then quickly turn to attack the other.
All right. Make your attack.
18.
18 hits.
That is 5 and 24.
All right. 5 and...
8.
All right. So what is the roll to attack? I'm sorry, you cut out on my end.
24 to hit, and then 8 damage.
Yep, that does hit. So 8 damage it does. All right. And then your second attack.
I rolled an 18 and a
That
18
hits.
to hit, and then 5 damage.
Nice. Right. You use your quarterstaff to hit the left one, and then it fades away. As it does, you turn right, and then you do a flurry of kicks or punches or whatever
Yes.
you want to do.
It's always kicks.
Gotcha. And as it does, you do a windmill kick, hitting twice against the creature's face. Sharif, you are up.
I dispersed it.
I'm a simple man with simple needs. I'll just move a bit forward, then back to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll hit it with the big stick.
Alrighty.
That's a natural one.
As
Go
you
for
try to
what?
run with all your might, you slip on this little landmass over here, and as it does, you're like, "Oh shit!" And then the weight of your giant stick just kind of face plants you, and as you try to get up, you are face to face with this creature, and is looking at you like a panther looks at a prey to pounce on.
I would like. Can I use my bonus action, or did I lose it by stumbling?
Nope, you didn't.
I would like to look at it and try to bite its face
All right, make it attack
using
roll.
my hungry jaw.
All right.
That's a 16
Hits.
for
Big
9
man
points
each.
of damage.
Alrighty. And then I think you heal for some of that, right?
I do not heal. I get 2 temporary hit points.
All right. As it looks face to face with you, you instinctively just grab a bite out of his nose, and as it does, you eat a large chunk of it. And as you are devouring the nose of this creature, you see the nose is leaking out. It's looking pretty bad as it squeals in pain with a mixture of like a roar, as if a cat got hurt. But obviously,
It's pretty tasty.
all right, Marina, you are up. It is looking pretty hurt.
Cool. I am 2 sizes larger than Raylan, so I can just step over him and cover him without doing anything.
How come?
So,
Newfound
so,
ability. It's called invisibility. You can't see me.
so I'll just
Yeah.
step over and like hold my shield lower to hide and try to protect Raylan in case it goes for him. And I'm gonna just stab at this guy.
All right, make your attack.
24
Hits. Roll damage.
Might hit.
might hit. That'll be 11 points of damage.
All right, how do you do it?
I think I come over, put my shield over Raylan, kick this thing in one of its hindquarters, and then like stab it through the spine, right where the tentacles appear through its shoulder.
Gotcha. Alrighty. You turn around, and as it's recovering from the bite of Sharif, it turns around and sees you, and as it does, you shoot your spear right through the shoulder blades of this creature, and as it does, separating the spinal cord of the creature, and as it does, it gives a large screech as if a woman was crying, and as it does, like, and as it does, you see its tentacles like stand up straight before it collapses with the rest of its body dead.
Alright. Fucking move out from over
Like-
Raylan. Sorry about that, buddy.
It's okay. I was like jumping up, trying to peek over, like I'm like a little child playing peekaboo with over the top of her shield. Like, what's going on?
It expected a little bird, but just got giant lady instead.
Alrighty.
Nope.
I'm gonna change the music, but at this point, combat's over.
Alright.
Marina, you shrink as the fight
Yeah.
settles.
Yeah, I just flick my other. I just hit my shield again, and I begin to shrink down in size as the little glowing rune that was on my shield deactivates.
Gotcha. I'm gonna play some decent music now.
Calm music after such an event.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, let me
Alright.
just go back to Alvarado. Alright, you have defeated the Displacer Beast. Its corpse lays dead, half sunken in the swamp.
Is there anything we can take off of the corpse?
I'm glad you asked, because I actually came prepared with such thing.
Yay!
Give me 1 second for monster loot. 1 second here. No, do not wish to purchase stay ad. Okay. What are you trying to harvest out
Nice.
of it?
Well, I asked more as a general question. I'm more inexperienced, so the more experienced people in the party maybe know what we can get out of it.
It's leather and maybe it's tentacle arms.
Okay.
And meat.
Me for Sharv. Can we take any like teeth or anything like that maybe we can like sell or incorporate into something? I don't know.
So, out of all of your guys' experience as far as harboring monsters and looking for which parts, I'm not going to make you guys roll. You guys know that you could take 2 of its tentacles, you could take some of its blood, you could also attempt to take some of its hide, but the hide is a little bit difficult. Anyone here proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
Kinda. I have a 1 in it, so basically a little bit.
If
No,
you're-
I am proficient in it.
All right, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
All right, sure.
And I think I have
6.
proficiency in Arcana.
I got a 6. What'd you get?
Me?
Nat
Am I
20
rolling?
after.
Oh, you guys are
You got a
rolling.
you got a nat 20?
Yeah, nat 20.
I hope.
You
You
hope.
gotta will it into existence.
I believe.
What'd you get?
What'd you get, my friend?
What's he rolling?
Suspense.
It's rolling Arcana, but if he's using D&D Beyond, it's probably taking him a million years. We're gonna be done with the campaign by the time he figures it out. What you get on your Arcana check, buddy? Or is D&D Beyond messing up again?
Oh, me. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody came in.
It's all
Oh,
I
good.
heard you guys talking. I didn't know it was to me. Sorry.
It's all good.
All right. 12 plus my thing. Which is 5. So that's 17.
All right, 17. So while you guys are talking about like what you guys could use its fur or hide or whatever you guys want to call it, Jazargo, you do recall that in your studies that a Displacer Beast hide can be used to create a cloak, more specifically a cloak of displacement, as it uses the fur and the magic properties of that to create that displacement effect. But if you do not wish to make it, or if the hide is like rotten by the time you get it, or whatever the case may be, it is worth a lot of money.
I was actually gonna ask.
Everyone, I have a question.
Yes.
Do we like money or kind of invisibility?
I think Raylan could use a little trickery in his equipment list.
Looking it up, a cloak of displacement. So it allows me to do an illusion, kind of like the Razor Beast.
Yes.
Is there a range on it?
It always stands next to you.
Oh,
To
okay.
get your buddy.
You will know once you have it.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down.
Who
gonna-
here is good at actual survival and harvesting monster parts?
Oh,
I have a
I think
plus
that's
1.
also me. What is it? Survive? Oh, I also plus 1. Damn.
I have +1.
So if you
All right.
guys wish to harvest
Rock, paper,
anything,
scissors.
all right. So while you guys are playing rock paper scissors, I will say, as far as harvesting this creature, depending on which part you pick, the DC will be different, and the skill for this would be nature check. And we'll say that you guys are talking about as far as like how you're gonna cut it up and what have you. You came to a conclusion that you need some sort of skill in nature to do so.
All right,
So-
nature check.
So
Skill in nature?
I have a 1 still.
Yeah.
I
So
have
it's
a
a,
plus
Nice
3
pad
nature.
0.
yeah. So it's a nature check, and depending on which parts you want to get, it's a different DC. Did the music stop? I think it did.
Yeah.
Jazargo, what's your nature check?
Plus 3, but because of the fact that I know about this creature's anatomy, can I get like a little like
Advantage.
1 second.
Maybe.
That's the best nature. I only have +1 for nature, so
So I'll say like that because you knowing about it, you just know like as far as what you could get out of it. As far as doing it, you would still be a regular check unless a party member assists you. In that case, you could roll with advantage. In that case,
I'll assist you, Jazargo.
Can we get like multiple advantage if all of us help?
No.
That's not how advantage
Alright.
works, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
It doesn't
Do-
stack.
Do I, as Jazargo, know which parts, are harder to harvest? Which ones are like, do
based
different
on your
stuff,
previous
whatever?
check, the hide is the hardest because you do have to cut it delicately in order to try to get something out of it. Whereas the tentacles, you think Sharif might easily like bite that off. Whereas like that the vials of like blood vials from this creature wouldn't be as hard as the hide, but it's not as easy as getting the tentacles, if that makes sense.
All right.
Why don't you go for
Considering-
the hide and I'll help you?
Why, yes, but the beast is big. How about somebody sharpen a sword and maybe I can start hacking?
And keep in
I
mind, you
have a
guys
dagger.
keep in mind you guys still have inspiration too, so do remember that.
Oh yeah.
I have a dagger you can use if you want to use that.
Is it a big dagger?
It's big enough for my hand.
That's all daggers. But yeah, sure. Just hold the beast still whilst I, do my thing. And advantage because I'm getting helped.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the
First-
source
Alright.
for the viewers, it's thievesguild.com. They actually have like a bunch of harvest stuff and loot and stuff like that. So definitely check them out for all the DMs out there.
Nice.
All right, that was close. That was a 2 and a 17.
Uh,
Oh,
17 plus what?
3. That's a 20.
Yep, you
That's
just
not
beat-
20.
you just beat the
30,
DC.
20. Hell yeah.
So
holy hell.
you with the help of Marina, you carefully pried the hide off of this Displacer Beast completely. And keep in mind, this is a long creature, like 10 feet long. So you're within the span of a couple of minutes with Marina's help, kind of pulling the hide back and try to cut it delicately. There is an instance where some magical effect occurred while doing it, but you are managed to like keep your composure down as you are successfully able to grab the Displacer Beast hide. It doesn't go rotten until 10 days, so you got basically a week and a half to try to do something with it before it becomes useless. It's worth 200 gold pieces. And then through some, if you could get like someone to make it for you, if you guys want to attempt to create a cloak, you could definitely attempt to make a cloak of displacement. But it weighs 10 pounds if weight matters. So, while while Zargo and Marina are grabbing the hide, what are the rest of you all doing?
Cray could be attempting to harvest more of the flesh, like the tentacles.
All right, go ahead and make a nature check for me then.
I can help if need be.
Butchered that a little bit. I got 4.
4.
I can help.
Got a little.
All right.
I said before, so can you roll with advantage again?
Yeah. So yeah, Raylan can definitely assist with that. Just keep in mind that if you are helping, just make sure you do it before the roll is called, just so I would know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, 14 now.
All right, you're able to cut off both tentacles with ease.
Stop me from like going berserk on the tentacles, kind of like calm my nerves.
Yeah. But you're able to successfully cut both tentacles. Each tentacle is worth 10 gold pieces, weighs 18 pounds each. They expire in 2 days, but with enough crafting, you can try to create a +1 whip
Nice.
per tentacle.
I got meat. We can eat plenty for our trip.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have a question for the DM again. What was that website with the loot?
It can
Sorry,
be
I
+1.
I accidentally muted the stream. Whoops. I was letting my dog
What?
out. My apologies.
No worries.
What did you say? I apologize.
You mentioned earlier, and I just was liking to hear what the name of the website thing was with the creature loot.
That would be thievesguild.cc/harvest, and it should come up. Or if you type in Google, like monster loot, it should be one of the first links. It is a great,
Yeah,
it's a great website to use. Alrighty.
yeah. No, yeah. Sorry about that. Thanks.
And I have a weird question.
What's your question?
So the swamp we're traveling through, is this a freshwater swamp or a saltwater swamp?
Ooh.
That is a good question.
It's the swamp.
Wouldn't
it-
it be freshwater because it's like near the lake interior lake part or?
I would
Well, it
say.
depends on whatever the fuck the Dragon King does to the water.
Oh yeah.
What is your nature modifier?
My nature modifier is only a +1.
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Sure. 13.
13. You assume it's a freshwater swamp, but this is a relatively newer swamp, and you recall that this area wasn't a swamp before. But from what you could tell, currently it's a freshwater swamp.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. If we were in a saltwater swamp, we could have boiled a whole bunch of water and salted the hide for it to last longer.
10 days. I think we'll manage with it.
That's what you want? I'll just cut off the hind leg and have my dinner for tonight. As Sharif just used one of his hand axe and literally butcher the hind the hind legs,
All right.
just to grab them as basically scrapped off meats.
All right.
Doesn't care how it looks.
All right. Let me roll. Let me roll on the website. On the website, you can actually roll for meat and loot too. This doesn't require any check as far as meat because it's obvious. But since this is considered a large creature, you're able to get 16 pieces of meat just out of this alone.
Wow.
With a total weighing 64 pounds, which shouldn't be a problem for you, Sharif. So.
Big man eating.
So that'll last you like 3 days worth of food, basically. So.
Yeah.
Let me add it to my inventory.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to do after harvesting? I would say this would take about 20 to 30 minutes for you guys talking about it, planning it, cutting the hide, cutting the tentacles, trying to figure out uses and packing it properly. We'll say this is the middle of the day.
I have a question. Is it normal for these beasts to be found in the swamp?
Make a nature check.
I was also going to say, you mentioned that its blood could be used, so I'm going to empty an oil flask and clean that out,
All right.
and then I'll try to collect the blood.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
I rolled an 11 for my nature check.
Can I help with the blood?
Sure.
Thank you.
What's your roll for your nature check?
11 for Raylan.
Highest was a 6.
All right.
Oh.
So, for you, Raylan, you think that Displacer Beast, this is the first time you've encountered one, so you aren't too sure where they come from, but because it's like panther-like, you assume it would be like in jungle or in similar areas, and as far as like the type of terrain you are, but you've never encountered one before to know for sure. And what you roll in your check to get the blood?
Highest was a 6.
Oof. Not
Well,
enough.
but unfortunate.
A 5 and a 2.
As you try to
Or-
like cut the right vessels of blood while Sharif was trying to like butcher it for meat. Sharif butchering it for the meat while you trying to collect the blood at the same time didn't work out so well. There's blood spurting out everywhere from Sharif cutting at the meat, and then whenever you try to collect the blood, it's either leaked to the ground too fast or it's in the nearby water lanes. But because you two are trying to like both harvest for food and for blood, unfortunately you're unable to
I
get
imagine
any blood.
I go up to it, like cut a small hole in it, put up my flask, and then there's just a as fucking blood, mud, and water just flies at me and gets all in my flask, and I'm just like,
Yeah. You hit a vital artery.
okay.
You have
Mud.
to think that Sharif is using hand axe to butcher the corpse. He doesn't use daggers.
Yeah.
A little less
And I-
refined.
As he
I just
butchers
kinda-
it, it puts pressure and then more stuff just spurts all over.
Yeah,
It's just look back up, just got
and
it. Stand up.
Great.
You also have to think that he doesn't use any metal weapon. He only has like
a stone axe.
stone
just-
axe.
Yeah, but at this point, you guys, all right, harvest all that you can from the creature.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Char,
Okay.
can I hop on your shoulder again?
I was
you
gonna
can.
say, give me an hour to rest up and reinscribe my runes, because otherwise I won't have anything for the next fight.
Yes. I need a rest too.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Hey,
Yeah, trying to take a short rest.
Yep. So you guys
Oh,
could all
quick.
take your short rests. You guys could role play while taking a short rest if you guys want.
Yeah. Fucking Raylan, I saw you do some weird shit with the purple dagger. What was that?
So, when do you remember when we were in the town just like a couple of hours ago? While all that stuff, I had a really bad headache before that, and I suddenly thought, like, what if I really think about like some daggers? And what do you know? Like some daggers popped up, and I just started being able to stab a guy from a distance. It was wonderful.
You know, it fucking sounds wonderful.
Hopefully, I don't get any headaches from it though.
Yeah, hopefully you don't. Those are always nasty to deal with. Usually I just get drunk and then you don't feel the headache.
That might be a cost-effective strategy considering I'm not very big.
Mm.
You are very small.
I am, but it makes up for my personality and charm.
You guys shouldn't be drunk. All the drunk people we saw so far were really dumb.
Fair point, Shar. Fair point.
And doesn't a hangover cause a worse headache? Kind of counterintuitive. Not very smart.
Well,
Yes,
I
but you
haven't
don't
really
feel
ever...
the current headache.
So it's a perpetual cycle of drinking to avoid a headache.
Exactly. Like if you never
I
stop drinking, you never get the headache.
believe that
Excellent.
is called alcoholism.
Yeah,
That is
checks
not
out.
good.
Oh, that's what that is.
Oh.
Mhm.
The shamans in my tribes, when they had headache, they usually run really fast against a stone wall. It worked really well, they said.
I think that's called a concussion.
Well, yeah, but then they said that their head didn't hurt anymore.
Did they also, like drive little small holes into the skull to let out the evil spirits?
Yes.
That explains it.
Oh,
I
fuck,
think
I was
concussion is a good description.
Whole brain.
I don't recommend that strategy. There's also drinking water. I heard that helps, but
Water is good for you.
Speaking of water, Cray, what's your favorite
Yeah.
tea?
it's not water.
I don't know. It's water, but like, what is his favorite plant water?
Well, in my monastery, chai tea was the preferred. Though, any type of plant will make the perfect tea, cooked at the perfect temperature.
Very nice. Maybe
Even
I
a
should
beer.
participate in some tea instead of alcoholism.
If you find
Ah.
plants, I'm sure I can make something. Boil
proceed
some
to-
water and all.
I'm going to try and find the plants to see if he can make a tea from swamp plants.
All right, make a nature check.
Garbage at nature, but we'll see. What do you know? An 18.
Wow.
you are
Find a perfectly
you're
preserved thing of packets.
you're, you're able to find like some like herbs like near the edge of this swamp water here. You take a look at it. They seem to look pretty edible based on what you see. You know this is not a poisonous plant or what have you.
Edible
I
enough.
then I proceed to then take. Is someone hiccuping? Is are you okay?
I hiccup a lot. Don't worry about it. Second puberty and all that.
Yeah,
worries.
I didn't hear what you said though.
So I proceed to then take the herbs. It's like, guess what I found?
Those will do. What would be the check to boil water and make tea with it?
There's no check.
I don't think
needed
that's
for
a
that.
check. You could just do it.
You could just do it.
Well, there you go.
I
Alright.
offer up the
Trey will
herbs as
boil the water
friendship.
into a.
I offer it up as friendship. Here you go, buddy.
Thank you. Now
So,
let's enjoy some tea on our rest.
so tea is just warm leaf soup. Can I have
Apparently.
some?
In a way. Sure, but we must wait for the boiling water to make it perfect. Perfect tea is no tea at all.
It's warm leaf soup.
It is. Rich people try to think that it's like fancy leaf soup, but it's really just grassy tea. It's just grassy water.
Wouldn't that be quicker to just eat the grass? As Sheriff literally grab a bunch of grass and put it in his mouth.
Yes. That's why I don't
It would
drink it.
be. Though it can relieve the headaches that some of you are suffering with.
Mark, you need to be cuddled. It's a necessity.
All right. You guys complete your short rest as Cray spends most of it time after that talk boiling tea. And so you guys try it. It tastes basically water with some grass. It's not poisonous, and probably the worst tea you've ever had, Cray. But you know, it's still tea nonetheless.
It reminds me of tea at home.
You're the type of person that would scrape the inside of the bark of a pine tree to make tea.
That tea
I
has
see no
quite
issue.
right.
It makes them tough.
Puts hair on your chest and brightens the teeth.
Believe it or not, I don't want either of those things.
Do you want bright teeth?
No, I don't want to break my teeth.
Bright teeth.
I mean, not really. Sometimes I have to fight in the dark. I don't want to be more visible.
Not that
Then
right.
don't smile.
Thank you for
Why
the
are
tea,
you-
Trey.
Of course. Old monastery traditions are important out in traveling.
I guess.
Maybe you can teach me more about them. I'd love to learn more.
All right, let's head out.
All right.
Roll out, squad.
Right. As you guys traverse throughout the rest of the day of the swamp, like, you know, the weather's being out. It's quite hot as it is because it is the summertime. And, you know, Sharif, you're kind of used to having, you know, harsh, warm, tropical-ish climates in the swamp. So this is just another day for you. Whereas based on everyone else's backgrounds, it's either an inconvenience or like a dread.
God, I wish it was winter. I fucking hate the summer.
It's a nice day today.
I don't think it helps, Marina, that we're both wearing dark colors.
Look, it doesn't help I'm wearing a shit ton of metal with padded leather underneath it, alright? Shit.
Fair enough.
You,
It's
should,
not
why
a great
you
time.
should do like me. Just have your scale protect yourself instead of these.
I don't have scales. These are my scales.
I don't have
So-
skills, and I find myself quite fine.
You're still wearing a loincloth, right?
Well, yeah, that's because the guards in city don't let me in otherwise.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because we left the city. And I don't know if you were just going back to your natural form. So
I would prefer he didn't.
These humans and their
Fair.
strange laws.
fair enough as well.
Alright. You guys continue your way throughout the rest of the journey. As you're going through the swamp, dust starts to settle in. And do you guys have tents and what have you, I recall? I'm assuming you do. Alrighty. Then I didn't waste time making this one map. So you guys decide to set up camp. Takes you a while, but nonetheless, you guys got some tents set up, found some firewood, and are able to create a fire for yourselves. I'm assuming you guys are cooking the Displacer Beast meat?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
You guys cook the Displacer Beast meat, and you guys are eating it up. And as it does, you guys taste... What's the best way to describe it? It tastes very gamey, for lack of a better term. It definitely does have a unique taste in that. What's the best way to describe it? It's not bland, but it's not like, oh my god, it's packed with flavor like a 5-course meal. But
Predators are always worse to eat because they're mostly tough muscle and no fat.
yeah, it's very, very chewy. Sharif, this is like very good food for you. For everyone else, you know, it does taste decently, but it is very hard to chew. But nonetheless, you guys eat 5 things of Displacer Beast meat as you guys are sitting around the campfire.
So, DM, I removed 20 pounds of the meat. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
All 20 pounds.
Alrighty.
God, it feels like my fucking jaw is on fire.
Yeah, it's good meat. It's
Ugh.
chewy. It's chewy
I can't
and
even
tasty.
chew. I can't even chew. I'm like a velociraptor over here, just like trying to pick up meat and like hurling it back.
Like
Like-
twist your head for like 20 seconds to get off the little sliver.
I'm just like going, just like choking almost every single time. Like,
If it's
Those
too
are the
hard for you,
worst.
cut it into little pieces.
I mean, if you want, you can have some of my pickled eyeballs. Rufus will share.
Oh,
Not you,
Ooh.
Sheriff. You can eat this meat.
I will go and try a pickled eyeball.
All right.
Sure.
It's
It's like eating a salty grape.
Okay. Learning a whole bunch of new things today.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Rufus eyeballs you the whole time. Is just staring at you, even when you leave.
I just look at him back. It's like, we got a problem.
Eating with a bird.
Yeah.
Just
the-
starts
Rufus-
clawing at me violently, I guess.
Yes.
It starts calling at you, and because you're a bird, Raylan, I don't think there's an official bird language, but if we're gonna make one up now, and it says,
Okay.
"Why you eat eyeballs? Those are mine."
Well, if someone as good as you can eat, I figured that someone of my low station might as well try it as well.
Alright.
Trying to like smooth talk him.
You try to smooth talk him, however, he's not having it. Everyone else is basically hearing like a bunch of squawks going back and forth.
I kind of just hold Rufus by both the wings, and then like sit him on my knee and like Rufus. No, bad share.
Squawk, squawk, squawk.
No, look, if you don't be polite, you're not gonna get any more eyeballs for the rest of the trip.
It tries to like go out of your hands, but you are able to just because you're just naturally strong, you're able to like keep him down. He seems to be really pissed off about that you gave Raylan a pickle eyeball.
Look,
Yeah, taking
Raylan's
the
gonna
eyeballs
get you 2 eyeballs for every pickled eyeball he eats. All right, it's gonna get them.
Raylan takes out a piece of paper and starts scribbling. So 2 pickled eyeballs per. Okay, got it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, look. All right. I eventually let him up because I don't want to hold him forever.
He calms down. You get the sense he's still kind of mad, but understands that he'll probably get more later. So,
Yes.
alrighty.
Still have a jar full of bullywugs.
All right. You guys want to roleplay anything else before you guys finish your long rest?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
All right. You
Had
finish a
plenty in
long
this
rest. It's the next day.
Wait. Did Cray or is Jargo? One of you just said something, right?
Oh, did someone say something?
No.
No?
Oh,
Nothing
okay,
about
never mind.
role playing. It's fine.
Gotcha. You take a long rest. You guys are finishing packing up camp for the day, and I'm going to transition maps once more as it loads. As you guys begin traveling the next day. As you guys begin to travel, you notice that as you guys are getting closer and closer to northwest, you start to feel that the temperature drops slightly. Not so much where it's like a dramatic change, but you guys have been in the hot summer days, and all of a sudden it's warm. And you guys are in the middle of summer. It's weird. And you
Ugh,
see that
this
the
is so
water,
much nicer.
you see that the water around is actually becoming a little bit greener too.
Is there like a type of check to understand what's happening, like a survival or arcana or something?
This, as far as like the change in the weather,
Yeah, because
Go-
it's not natural. I
It-
know that.
it would be a nature check in that case.
Nature. Okay.
And while
No
she's
clue.
rolling that, oh, sorry.
Okay.
That I rolled before. It's okay.
All right. You don't know. It's weird. What did you say, Raylan?
While she's rolling that, can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything weird going on?
Sure. Make a perception check.
19.
19. As you travel throughout the day, you're mostly on Shar's shoulder throughout most of the day, I presume. You do notice that temperature change. You do notice that some of the swamp water, as you get deeper, is a bit more greener. But as far as like threats or anything like that, you don't sense any. But you do get the feeling that you are getting deeper into someplace darker that you presume.
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured sitting on Shar's shoulder, I feel like I'm like riding a skyscraper in comparison to my usual way. So
But that is what you sense.
cool.
All right. You guys can move your tokens if you wish.
Let me attach
Where is
Okay.
it?
my little
I
friend.
should.
There
I
we go.
already attached them, so it should
did you?
be no issue. I think I already attached you guys, so
Let me try.
you should just move your token. It should
I'm your
go
personal murder bird.
As you guys get halfway through the map, I would like everyone to roll a d6. So this is how I'm going to explain random encounters to you all, since none of you have been into a game with me. So as you guys are taking along journeys, and as you guys are getting deeper into like dangerous territory, random encounters could possibly occur. And basically, what I do is that based on the number of players plus myself, I require you guys to roll a dice. What you want is to have the same dice, because after I get numbers from all of you, I roll that same type of dice, and if I match any of your guys' numbers, a random encounter happens. Now, these encounters can range from, simple encounters to dangerous encounters to puzzles or what have you. So who knows what could happen. So since there is a total of 6 of us, I would like everyone to roll a d8 for me.
D8.
A D8, not a D6?
Yes, a
You said
d8.
6, yeah.
Because there could be
Okay.
a chance of nothing happening throughout the day too. So
Okay.
All right.
D6.
I rolled a 6.
6,
4.
4,
2.
2,
Eight.
Gizardo with the 5.
8, 5. All right, so 5, 6, 8, 2, I think,
And
And
4.
4.
and 4.
Oh, no. Yeah.
All
Sure.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I have
So
rolled.
1 and 3 are the. One
As
and
you
3 and
guys
7.
are tracking through, you guys could continue to move your tokens now. As you guys are tracking throughout the day, you guys are very aware of your surroundings, trying to figure out what's going on, try to get used to territory. Sheriff, you haven't seen like swamp terrain like this before. This is relatively new, but as far as like the feel of the swamp, it's still the same as you have always known, but it's just a slightly bit colder. But nonetheless, as you guys are tracking throughout most of the day, nothing happens.
Interesting.
All right.
Token down.
You guys can
Thanks.
role play the rest of the travel, otherwise we'll just move on.
So, how are we gonna deal with the cloak? How will we turn it into the magic one? Now, I can offer my services for it. I believe if I can make something out of it.
I mean, I'm a fairly good smith, but it doesn't seem like I can make armor out of this. It seems more like something we would need someone of an arcane persuasion, which I know a bit about magic, don't get me wrong. I don't know if I'm good enough to actually turn that in, though. Seems like
don't-
we would need specialists.
I don't
Oh,
know
sure.
about the cloak, but I can easily do a tent out of it. It's pretty big.
It's an illusionary tent.
Yeah.
I
Someone's
would
trying to
prefer we
stab
did-
you. Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's do-
Actually, no. I think we can. There's an elven town near where we're going, isn't there? So why don't we just stop by there? Elves know a shit ton about magic. They're fucking with it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I do want to
As-
learn how to do it, though.
As you guys are walking, traversing town, you start to see smoke up ahead. As you guys are like reaching over, or like traveling over a hill, you do see what seems like to be a village down there. But what stands out about this village is that there is a massive like Aztecan pyramid right in the center of the village. And as it does, you do see what seems like to be civilization within these swamplands.
All right. Is this a town that we know about, or is this just fucking random?
You guys, based on everyone's backgrounds, you haven't traveled this far into the continent, so this is relatively new to you guys.
All right, let's go.
Would anyone
check
have
it
a
out.
map for reference to see if it's, on the map?
Not by me.
Maybe we should buy a map.
But yeah, that's actually. I don't know why we don't have one to begin with.
Alrighty. As you guys continue to traverse, you start to get closer and closer to the town, and you guys do, you see that this town is heavily guarded. Wood fencing all around the town with the corners of the village seems like to be stone watchtowers. As you guys continue to go south towards this village, you do see that this village is on solid ground, so it's like this weird patch of island in the middle of the swampland. And as you guys approach, you do see ahead what seems like to be 3 snake people, which have humanoids with snake faces for heads. And you do see 2 large serpentine, large creatures, tall as Marina would be in giant form. However, it's like a whole snake body with arms, and they each are carrying a massive blade. So this is what you guys see. If you guys want, you guys can make a history check if you guys wish to.
Yes.
Um,
You offer a check, I'm going for it.
Not
Um,
20.
What
Okay.
check?
A history.
History,
That'd be a
history.
not 20 for 21.
Nice.
11.
Nice.
DM.
Nat 1 for whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Marina's carrying the team right now.
So
I kind of know. Desargo knows nothing. She knows everything.
DM.
As
yes.
a
DM.
side
Hold
as
on,
a
guys.
side
Hold
note,
on. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry
Sheriff.
about that.
You wanted to say something?
I would like to make one, but just to make sure that sheriffs would think, are they lizard people or not?
They are lizard-like people, but they're not like you, if that makes sense.
In that case, I will not do an history check because I don't know these lizard people.
Okay, fair enough. So all that you know is that they are lizard as far as scales and feature, but they look dramatically different from you.
Mhm.
All right, so Marina, you're probably the highest one with that history check. So you do recall these type of people being Yanti, or snake kind, or snakekin, as you would hear it based on, just reading books and folklore of the continent. You do know that these snake people are very small as far as like population. Not to say they're like, endangered, but they're just a rare race to come across. And it would make sense that they would probably live in these swamplands.
You said that these swamplands had been made by the dragon, correct? These are not natural?
So these are not natural, no.
Alright, well then one must assume that they migrated here recently? Within the past, like, year? Or,
You aren't too sure based on your history check.
All right, what did I get?
You is still going off that natural 20 check. You get all that information I told you. You presume that either this was kind of established, or if not, probably migrated down due to the effects of the Swamp King has.
So they're more likely than not servants of the Swamp King.
You aren't too sure as far as whether they serve them or not. You just get the assumption that, because these are a rare type of people, you assume that as the Swamp King is spreading, so is like the inhabitants of the swamp. Whether they're tied to or not, you aren't too sure.
Got it. With that history check, did I know like any like language that they would normally speak if they have like a specific one?
I was about to ask that.
Based on the languages that I'm trying to think of how to say this. So based on your check, you assume that they're like reptilian nature, so they would speak similar language to like Shara's people would speak, which would be Draconic most likely.
Sharif, do you want to try speaking to them? Because I don't know how to speak Draconic.
Oh,
I can go and
Jazardgo can do
speak
that
to them.
too. Jazardgo can speak Draconic as well.
I'll go and
Would you-
speak to them. They seems like nice people.
All right, I'll back you up in case shit goes wrong.
Alrighty.
DM, in the meantime, while they're doing that, just as like a side note, because I realize we don't have a map, I'm gonna start furiously like sketching where we've been so far,
Sure.
so we have some type of map just in case.
Of a guide? Sure. No problem.
Yes.
Alrighty. Alright. You see this I need everyone to stop real quick.
Okay.
As you guys are approaching the village, you see this Yanti say, "Halts right there, travelers." As speaking in common, he approaches the edge and he yells out loud, What brings you to Scale? Hold on, I'm referring to my notes here. I have the name of the town written. I just can't remember it. If that makes sense. See here. Why are you here in Snape Scale Village? As he says to you all in common.
Thank God.
We're just kind of passing through, looking for some people who look like me, my older brothers. Wondering if they passed by.
There are many types of people that come since the Swamp King is spreading his influence. You need to be more specific.
Humans wear pretty heavy armor, have these like types of rune symbols drawn on them, and I just hold up my necklace.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no.
They don't believe you.
Ugh. 5.
5? Many people come with trinkets and armors and warriors such. What else do you need from Snape Scale Village?
Well, Raylan would like to say, well, we didn't even know that your village was here. Is there any way we could just peacefully pass through and see maybe if there's anything to trade or something along those lines?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, here we go. Try this. Might be garbage, might not be. 16?
16, he says, very well, Kenku. But just to be aware that you know that if you break any rules of our society, punishments will be due with great harm and potential sacrifice to our deity. Do you understand these rules?
I do. I just need a bit of clarification because I'm such a lonely and idiotic Kenku. What rules are we not supposed to break besides the obvious no stealing, killing, etc., etc.?
No stealing, no killing. There's also a tax on some goods to keep our civilization going.
Wow, quite a businessman.
Other than that, we do offer free lodging as many refugees from the other towns northwest from where the Swamp King dispersed. Other than free lodging, we do offer herbalisms. We have an herbalist for... Trying to speak in this accent's very tough, guys.
Making all the S's real long.
Yes. He says, if you seek medicinal or to heal your wounds, we can offer that. We can also offer tool crafting. Those are services in our society.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, sir.
You may pass, but do be aware. All right, then he will communicate in Draconic. I will say Raylan. Sharif, you hear it speaking them in Draconic. They are here to lodge and to pass for the night. Do keep aware of these folk. And then they will hiss an agreement and will now let you guys pass. And then the Yanti says, welcome to Snape Scale Village. And then he'll let you guys pass.
Alright.
Do you want a pound of giant cat meat?
Are you saying this in common or Draconic?
In Draconic.
He says, what kind of cat meat?
Cat meat with big tentacles on its back.
Displacer Beast. Could be interested.
I just take 1 pound and give it to him directly. Here. Have a good day, my friend.
Safe travels, lizard folk. Welcome to our town. Alrighty, let me show you guys.
Honestly, that went way better than I was fucking expecting.
Alright, let me show you Snape Scale Village.
Alrighty.
I spent a whole half day just making this, so.
Oh.
Boom. You guys should be able to see it. So some point of interest will say they'll point like these are our inns. This is our tool maker. This is our herbalism, and you are forbidden to enter our temple. Those worthy of entering are requested by our priestess. As he says
Got
this.
it.
And then as you guys walk past and just meet the common area, as you guys are like in the center of town, most of the people here are a similar type. They have like snake-like features, whether that be full serpentine body and human upper body part, or just full-fledged large snake individual, or have snake heads of some nature. But you also see Yanti purebloods, which is basically more human-looking, but with snake features like snake eyes, scales, the snake tongue, and all that jazz. But
All right,
that's the type of vibe you guys are getting. You're definitely like out of feels like you're in like a whole other world.
All right, Sheriff. I know what you're gonna say. No, just because they have scales does not mean I can fucking grow scales. Okay.
But they have scales.
I know they have scales, but I can't fucking grow scales. All right. That's something they can do. That's not something I can do.
I think you're just not putting the effort into it.
All right. What effort am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it?
I think he's imagining like the thing, the way that I like put my feathers to my temple, like when I tried to do those knives, and he's like, just think real hard, think it.
All right. Where do you guys like to go? I will say this is afternoon.
Okay.
Well, I mean, do we want to check out the tool makers and stuff to see if they have a tanner? Because if they have a tanner, they can probably preserve the hide, so we don't have to worry about it rotting while in the swamp.
Yeah. Another thing that I would like to do to help you, Marina, is kind of try and see if I can go and ask around to see if there's any other refugees or people that maybe have seen your brother, because that guard was kind of an asshole.
I mean, I don't know if he was an asshole. I think he just, it's kind of like like when fucking humies think all lizard folk look alike. I think it's that type of deal.
Yes,
Alright, he's
Can't fight AJ.
it's just like me that think that many humans look alike.
Okay, fair enough. Just trying to be friendly, you know?
No,
Yes.
I look. All I said is he's not an asshole. Why are you? How bad am I with words that I am misconstrued so often?
No. I'm not saying you're misconstrued. I was saying that I was like, he was kind of giving us the cold shoulder, you know?
I think that's racist. I don't think you're allowed to say that because they're cold-blooded.
Hey, I've dealt with racism, all right? As my backstory. I know it when I see it, all right?
I just said I don't know if you're allowed to say that. Okay.
All right.
All right, let's go try to see if they have a tanner, and maybe they can also dry the cat meat.
Yeah. And I owe I forget. I'm sorry, Marina. What's the bird's name again?
Oh, Rufus.
I owe Rufus also 2 pickled eyeballs. So I'm gonna go try and find some eyeballs.
Nah.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's go to the tanner shop first. I'm trying to remember. It's this one.
What about Jazargo and Craig? You guys got anything to do?
This is where I want to be.
Yeah, I'm following the group.
Okay, so basically everyone but Rayland is going to the like tool makers or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Rayland, you're just trying to find information, trying to find like pickled eyeballs and stuff.
Yeah, because I trust the group to be able to handle the. I mean, it's hide, right? So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me just put most of you guys here. Let me just take away Raylan, since he's not part of this scene here. Alright.
Yeah. Get out of here.
You guys are asking around town, trying to get the locals of like where you could find like a tanner or tool maker or what have you, or even a blacksmith in your case, Cray, based on your backstory. But as you are looking around, with Cray's experience as a blacksmith, you clearly see what seems like to be a makeshift blacksmith area. You guys see at each corner 4 tents with like looks like a teepee, but there's a hole on top of each one. It seems the smoke is starting to come out of it. So Craig, you recognize this as a very tribal-ish type of forge, similar to how an orc forge might be. But you see, like most of these guys, this guy's working on fixing like a broken sword. These guys are as the same heights and look as like the tall snake individuals you encountered at the start of town, and you see like these guys' scales are like red in nature, and they have humanoid looking faces. But needless, you see this guy organizing his tools, and you guys can move your tokens if you want.
Yeah.
But you see over here, he slithers because his lower body is like a large serpent, and he slithers all the way over. He says, "Welcome to my shop. I am Shango. What do you need?"
Stango, is that right? Am I saying it right?
Shango.
Stango. All right. Well, Stango. We have this leather from a Displacer Beast, and we have this hide that we need to have preserved. We've been having it for like two or so days now, but we want to make sure that it can be, properly treated so it doesn't rot.
He says, place this, and he says this in a rough, gruff voice because I'm not gonna do that in a serpent accent. He says, put the hide on this table. I'll have a look.
All right. So I can just offload it onto the table.
All right, you offload it. He inspects it. And he says, nice, clean cuts on the hide. Very valuable. What do you want to do? Just to preserve it, to make something out of it, or to sell it?
Well, do you have the means to turn it into a kind of cloak to retain its magical ability?
He thoroughly inspects it and he says, I can make such an object. I just need to partner with one herbalist about maintaining its magical prowess. However, something this delicate requires some time to do. I can do this job for, and he kind of like licks his serpentine tongue and he says, I could do this job for 175 gold pieces. This is a delicate job to do. Or if you wish to sell it, I could sell it to you. I could give you 150 gold. But if you wish to preserve it, I'll charge you 50 gold and it'll last you 3 times as long before it decays.
I think the best bet is getting it made here. Do we know how much Raylan has?
I'll pay.
Hmm?
I have 230. I can pay for it.
All right.
I'll spot you guys. I'll give it back.
He said that he needed an herbalist. Would that be, a part of the cost him finding somebody to help him?
Are you asking the DM that question or the?
Yes.
So.
I didn't really understand the intent. Is he asking one of us to help him as an herbalist, or like saying, oh, he's gonna have to find
he's gonna
somebody?
have to find an herbalist from his tribe to assist him with it because it involves magic.
Okay. Well, I'm a pretty good herbalist,
Are you?
What are you trying?
Proficient in herbology tools.
If you would like to try to roleplay this, you can.
I will. Yeah, I'm just making sure I didn't get the intent wrong.
Yeah, so like he'll either give you 100. So to complete the job, it would be as 175 gold pieces. He'll give you the pelt. He'll give you money for the pelts for 150, or help you preserve it for 50. Is what the intent is when he does it.
Can we get a discount if he helps with our in-house herbalist?
Depends.
I'm just trying to be a businessman here.
Depends on how Jazargo roleplays at that point. So.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not here. I'm gonna shut up now. So.
All right.
All right. But he offers you guys these 3 options.
I believe making it here would be best.
Taking a step from the back ranks, I kind of raise my voice. You said you need a herbologist, yes? I happen to dabble, and I believe I can help you. Would that reduce any form of cost?
Perhaps. What skills do you have to prove, human?
I don't really think you can prove knowledge. I'm gonna be honest. Punching something's one thing, but I can't show you my
Do
brain.
you have magical prowess to show
No.
that you're able to assist in this job?
Magical prowess? Oh, you humor me. My friends here watched me disintegrate that beast's friend with
I
a
think he
single
would like an
swipe of my
example,
hand.
just Argo.
All right.
Disintegrates, you mean eliminates a copy of Displacer? If so, I wouldn't be holding this hide as you speak.
I said friend. There was two. I could have sworn it just vanished after I hit it, but
Argo, come on, dude.
all right, all right,
Adamant.
all right. I palm to the air. What would you like to see? What would fancy, like a lightning bolt? Do you want to see me, like, heal somebody? Anything really.
He kind of like
Not
scratches.
anything.
He kind of scratches his like serpentine chin. He goes into an empty crate, picks something up, gives you basically like a pommel of like an axe or whatever. He says, "Do something magical with this stick to show your magical abilities. If they're proof worthy, then I believe you could assist in this matter. But you need to prove yourself as capable as one of our herbalists."
A simple stick, you say?
And he tosses
I don't
it.
know.
He tosses it right on the table.
Is it's just a stick?
It's
Like
again, it's like a handle, like similar to like this axe here, but without like the metal bit.
Mm.
So
all
something
right.
like that.
Is it like old, worn, maybe like moss on it or something?
I would say it's in. I would say this isn't old, but it's not new. If that makes sense, it's somewhere in between.
Old, not new. All right. I pick up the handle and I place it firmly on the dirt, kind of in a kneeling position, as I cast mold earth, as I'm going to try to pact dirt into like these cracks from its age, attempting to repair it with dirt.
All right. As it does, you do what you say. You place it in the ground. He hobbles around the table just to see what you're doing because you're kneeling down, and he sees you filling like some of the cracks or some of the grooves of the handle, and just fills it with dirt. And he says, "Anything more specific? I could just grab this dirt and just rub it all over it. Do you have anything else to prove?"
Hey, just Argo, can I see that?
Yes. I kind of look over towards you.
And I just go, okay, look, just follow after me, and I will like inscribe a little rune on it, and a little bit of flame will flick, and I'll just like smack a bug, and chains just wrap around the bug, and
Alright.
fucking crush it.
All right, so you do that, and you see that Shango is a bit more impressed from your craft work than Jazargo's. He goes, He goes like over here, and he says, "I see you know rune magic, miss."
Yeah, it's a family tradition.
You could be quite helpful in making this cloak rather than your friend, colleague, your servants, whatever he is to you, gesturing to Jazargo. If you wish to make a cloak with this hide, you can assist me for 125 gold pieces, but I need it up front.
Sure, I'd be willing to do that. I would also be interested in seeing your forging techniques.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to make such magic artifacts as well. I need to see and study your crafts as well.
He goes over and says, You can watch if you desire to.
All right. Yeah, I think we'll pay up. Is there like a check that I'm gonna have to make while helping him, or like
He
is
says.
it just gonna happen?
So he gestures palm as if like requiring payment.
Yes. Great. How much you got?
50 gold.
All right, Jazarga.
Why would you need to know that? It's not gonna be my cloak.
Yes. We'll have fucking Raylan pay you back, but he's not here right now.
I don't actually care about money. I just didn't like the idea of getting robbed. As I reach into my pocket and I hand the amount of gold needed, as I have 299 on me.
Oh, okay.
And
We'll just take the 125 from you. You'll get paid back from Raylan then. I'll pay you forward here.
All right, he accepts and he says, "Come, we shall go in my tents. You can watch if you wish. Otherwise, wait here." He like slithers around you, Cray, and it feels a bit off. Like this large humanoid individual, like slithering around you. It feels kind of weird, just having that presence. And he says in Draconic, for those who can understand Draconic, you see, "Craig! Yes, Shango. Keep watch of shop and making cloak with human. Very well."
Hello.
And then he'll
Before
go.
you go, can I put the meat I have on top of your smoke here?
Yes, though it would
so that
be.
It dries.
It might be harsh because it mixed with coal and stuff and magic, but it could
And metal.
But I do not mind.
I just don't want you to waste the smoke.
Of course. Waste not, half not.
It's not that type of smoke, I don't think.
All right. He goes into his tent.
should not. Look, honestly, just let him eat it. He'll learn.
All right. So
Scared you might like it.
you guys put your tokens in the tents. Jazarga, would you like to see the tents or would you like to do something else?
Being kind of over this whole situation, I decide to that other party member that went somewhere else towards refugees, if I recall.
Alright.
I want to start going in that direction, just leaving these guys.
Fair enough. All right, I'll remove you from the map. Alrighty. So, Jazargo leaves as the rest of you join Shango into his tent. And for the next hour or so, he begins crafting it. Sharif, he puts like a makeshift like rack on top of the smoke, and you start to smoke some Displacer Beast meat. Marina, you assist in the making of the actual cloak. Go ahead and make an Arcana check with advantage, because Shango is helping you out.
Cool. Would you say I would use any tools for this?
Do you have? So he will provide the tools for you if you don't have tools. So
that's all I needed to know, because the specific wording gives me expertise on any skill check that I use with tools. So I'll have expertise in Arcana for this.
Cool. And the DC is, it's not impossible high, but making a magic weapon does require a lot of work. But you are getting advantage plus your bonuses. So let's see how
that'll
you
be
do.
a 15.
A 15. All right.
Mhm.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
I rolled a 6 and like a 13.
Oh man. And this is adding your expertise with.
It turns to 15 with expertise.
It just turns into a 15 check with expertise. Is that what it
Yes.
says? Gotcha. Are you proficient in smith tools?
Oh, if it's a smith tools check, that's a completely different situation.
Yeah, this would be
I have +7.
Yeah, this would be a smith tools check because you are crafting a weapon.
All right, I'll just re-roll with smith tools then.
Sure, we'll go with that.
25.
Okay, that's
There we
definitely
go.
way
Much
better.
better.
Yeah, the DC was an 18, so.
Okay.
Alrighty.
If
So,
it was,
it's an 18 because he's helping you out, but making magic weapons is tricky. Alrighty, so you guys spent the next hour crafting this cloak, and as it does, Cray, you start to see how this serpentines folk or snake folk craft their weapons. They use still like traditional techniques of forging, like your people, but they do it in a slightly different way. Whereas it's more akin to like Japanese style of like craftsmanship, if that makes sense. It's more akin. Yes.
Seeing all that, Cray will take mental notes along with attempting to copy any type of movements he sees as new or what would the word be, like special, in order to kind of keep or take down it so we can recreate it later.
Yep. So you are definitely taking mental note of this. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Intelligence check. 11.
11. All right, you start to know you take a few notes of some of the craftsmanship techniques, and you're kind of now want to try into your new style. So you have learned from this slightly.
All
right. After an hour is done, at some points the Displacer Beast meat is fully smoked. Sharv, you take a bite out of it, and it tastes like basically game jerky. And after some brief amount of time and hard work, the cloak of displacement has been made. He says, "Thanks for your assistance. Your cloak is now fit complete." So I'm not gonna make you roll identify spell or make your context. I'm just gonna tell you like video game style. So this is a cloak of displacement. It looks like a skin of the Displacer Beast with some, tentacle flavor like designs over it. It requires attunements, and whoever wears this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in place near your actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantaged attack rolls against you. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn. This property is suppressed while you are incapacitated, restrained, or otherwise unable to move. So you can add Cloak of Displacement to your guys' overall general party thing. But it actually has like more game, but this is just flavor text. So it's going to be harder. Whoever wears this cloak, it's going to be harder to hit you, I'll say. So. Alrighty, he says, "Thank you for your assistance. I have learned some of your techniques as you all have mine. I bid you fair day unless you want to buy weapons, tools, armors, trinkets, or other things." And he kind of gestures you towards the exit of his tent.
I'm currently out of cash, but if you would like to hire further assistance, I'm always willing to make a deal.
Perhaps. Enjoy your day.
All right.
Thank you for the smoke. I'll just leave 3 pounds of meat with him,
Okay.
which would mean that I'm now at exactly 40, and I have a nice round number.
All right. He'll say thank you, and basically he's taking his lunch break, eating it. All right.
Gotta love lunch break.
Alrighty. While that's going on, let's go over to the market side here. With you, Raylan. Let me put down some tokens here. So, what is it that you wanted to do again, Raylan? You just want to ask around for information, or are you trying to purchase something?
I just wanted to ask around for information about Marina's brothers, if anyone's seen them.
Okay, go ahead and
so on and so forth.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I think I made you too small, too, so I'm just going to shrink you up a bit. There you go.
All right. Dirty 20?
Dirty 20. You ask around the locals of the shops, and one of them does mention to you that they do, while you give descriptions of like what Marina looks like, you do get a sense that they seen like 3 individuals walking past here, spending the night here, asking for directions towards the Swamp King, and then pointing them to the direction and them heading their way. And some of the people here think they're crazy on doing that.
What direction specifically is that? Have we been heading in the wrong direction, so on and so forth?
While you were talking, they said that most of them will say like you're heading in the right direction, northwest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They presume to be where the original Swamp King resides, like where the original swamp is, which is all the way northwest of the continent.
And then the other thing that I had was just housekeeping for Rufus. And because I'm in the market, is there anywhere where I could get like a jar of extra pickled eyeballs? Or
you go right here, and you see this woman who is wearing, despite what the picture depicts, basically, commoner's clothes, but it's more like Aztecan, if that makes sense, like more Aztec Mayan type of clothing. And she turns around. You see that she has eyes like a snake, and she has some scales on her shoulders and on bits of her arms and like around her collarbone area. And you see that she has a face similar to the picture. She looks left to right before she looks down. She says, "Oh, a kenku. There's not a lot of kenku that come around these parts. How may I be of assistance to you, little bird?"
Hello. No worries. I get that quite often. I'm just here trying to pick up some pickled eyeballs, if you have any, for a friend.
Ah, yes. For which kind? Animal? Bird? No offense. Or human, if so desired to.
Do you have do you have a medley? I don't know what Rufus likes, so I'm just guessing here.
I do have that. She goes over here, grabs the jar. She says, "For a jar, it would be worth 1 silver piece."
How many are in the jar?
It's like 10.
I will buy 3 jars worth.
All right, give her 3 silver pieces.
I will take that out.
She grabs it.
Right now.
She gives it to you. She puts it in a nice bag for you to carry in. She hands you. She says, "I had never really seen a kenku. The last time I saw him was years ago, when a kenku was, I think, between me and you, I think he was more of a slave than a member of the crew."
Really? Well, do you have any more details on this? Do you know what happened? When was this?
This was 3 years ago, so my memory's not the greatest, but I do recall seeing a bird similar to you. Forgive me, I've never encountered any kenkus with different colors, but looks similar to you. Seems to be acting like, well, how do I put this? A servant to one's lord, but borderline slavery, if that makes sense. Ruffled feathers and the like.
Do you remember the name of this lord, perchance?
I'm not too sure. I'm good with some faces, not necessarily with names. All I know is that they headed northwest. This was before the Swamp King expanded most of its territory towards here.
You said you're good with faces. Last question, and I'll let you have a wonderful rest of the day. Would you happen to remember somewhat of a description of their face?
They were human for the most part. One of them was extremely fat, very hairy individual. Kind of looked like more thugs than warriors, if I must say.
Fat and hairy. Got it. Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, Jazargo, you see Raylan talking to Ayanti.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna interrupt their conversation. Just gonna stand from afar, waiting for him to be done. Notice me. I'm like standing, attention, just deadpanning this guy right now, staring straight at him.
All right. All right. You turn around, Raylan, and you see that Jazargo was like staring from afar.
I proceed to walk up to him and say, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? What's going on?"
Oh, well, it was going in this direction, but then I saw you, so I stopped and waited till you looked at, So, what you doing over here? Talking to the locals?
Yeah. So I got a little bit of information, and I'll tell you, and I'll tell the rest of the group when we get back. But seems we're heading in the right direction, and I just wanted to stop very quickly and pick up some eyeballs for Rufus.
Well, how kind of you. Such a sweet young man we have on our team.
Do you want anything?
Do I want anything? Oh, no. Of course not. I don't like eyeballs.
Oh, I'm not eyeballs. Anything.
No, I don't like eyeballs.
Completely ignores the question.
How long do you believe we'll be staying here?
I have no idea. I don't know what anyone else has to do, but I imagine it's up to Marina, right?
It would make sense. Just wondering whether or not I should, help a hospital nearby for, some quick change.
Do you have to go to what for quick change?
Go help people at a local hospital.
I could go help if you want.
It depends on how long we're staying. One shift won't give me much more than a gold piece, but if we're staying for a couple of days, then,
Interesting. Now, Jazargo, you seem like a somewhat honest man, and I like to believe that you could, if you really wanted to. Like, I'm winking at him. Like, trust me. Is there anything else you need from the hospital?
The hospital? Okay, let's, dissect that first part. I've told you before, my favorite activity is lying, and that is the only truth you will ever get out of me.
I look at him as like, I know. That's why I was quite intrigued. You said the word dissect, my friend, right?
No, that was not any form of metaphor or anything. I was just... Are you telling me to kill people? That's what I'm hearing right now, friend.
Oh, no. Yeah, I just remember, out of character, I just remember you being very inquisitive, and I didn't know if you went that particular way.
Well, I mean, everybody has their past, man, but now is now, and I'm not killing anymore. I didn't kill people, I mean, but like, dissecting and all that.
And anymore.
No, it never happened, but if it were to have, I wouldn't be doing it anymore.
He looks at Jajargo, puts a thumbs up, and gives him a wink, like, gotcha.
I don't know what you're insinuating, young man. Don't be so sly with me. Just tell me, straightforward.
Oh, I didn't insinuate anything. It's all in your head.
These guys notice that as you guys are continuing a conversation like this, Yanti Pureblood Male was like staring at you like intensely and he's questioning like, what the fuck type of look? Silent moving towards the...
It's not very polite to eavesdrop, my friend.
We're talking in the middle.
Kind of turns
That's
around
ideal.
and goes back to his own business.
Okay.
I wave him down, actually. Hey, sir, I have a question for you. If you're so interested in our conversation, why not I include you? Would you know where any hospitals are just like people in need? I am a doctor, you see.
No. He just straight up says no.
Where do you guys go for healing whenever you get, an arm lopped off or whatever?
Temple.
Oh, but I'm not allowed to go there anywhere else.
No.
You're not very fun.
I
Wanna
see
go
you're
somewhere
going on the
else.
other side here, Raylan. As you go on the other side, Raylan, you start to see like some sort of commotion going towards like this general direction. Seems like getting everyone's attention.
I was going over there because I was trying to go to my shop lady friend.
Yeah. I'm just saying as you were, you
That's
see
all.
like a large crowd of people like gathering towards like this general direction.
Commotion
cool.
means injuries. Injuries means doctors are needed. So, I'm on my way.
Alrighty.
Okay. I have no idea what he's doing, but I proceed to follow him.
Okay. Alrighty. So don't freak out. But I'm gonna just show you before we go on our break here. You two gather around. There's a bunch of crowded people as you just start to see a mini force, and you see this.
Holy. Oh. Okay.
I'll explain this when we come back from break. So we're going to take a 5-minute break, and then afterwards we'll see what all this is going on. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And we're back to see this craziness. All right. So I will say, as the rest of the party's like finishing gather their cloak of displacement and just trying to partner back with Jizargo and Raylan, you guys also notice like a large group of people like going towards like one side of this large Aztecan temple. Do you guys rush towards like the area?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me put the rest of you guys' tokens here in a sec. So I'll say you guys are all appearing from like the bottom corner here. Boom, 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 and yep, that's everyone. All right, let me explain the scene. I'm not gonna put a billion tokens on here because I would lose my mind. But the one thing you need to take away is that there's just large crowds like gathering all around, like on both sides of like this Aztec pyramid. You see closer to you guys more of these like serpentine guard, like half snake people, like the basic crew. You do also see 3 large snake guys. You also see like a new type of version where these two look completely human, but they're all black and reptilian, like similar to Sharif, but no scales, and they have the heads of cobras. And you see these guys over here that I'm highlighting look more like Aztec generals, but instead of arms, they have like multiple serpents that serve as arms. And you see that the one over here, the one like towards like the other side, this one only has it on one of its arms. You see that this person was clearly wounded like days ago, and you notice that he only has one arm, and he's just finished placing down in a large sack. And you see at the very top of the temple, wearing like Aztec priestess gear, a female Yuan-Ti whose lower body is that of a serpent, but humanoid top, wearing priestess gear. On the other side, you see basically it seems like it would be like dragon folk for the most part. You see a couple of draconian soldiers all having long swords. You see 2 of them having what seems like to be some sort of like quarterstaff of such. You see 3 large individuals holding what seems like to be their size versions of long swords. You also see these 2 like medium-sized creatures that look like mini black dragons, but you see that they're more slender and have daggers around them. You also see what seems like to be a black dragonborn warrior who seems to be like the head of this group. And the one distinct feature is that you all see a young black dragon standing above basically every humanoid here, matching eyes with the priestess on the other side. And at this point, all of you rejoined as there's like a large group of people, and there are serpentine guards like barricading the border. For those who understand Draconian, you hear the guards saying, "Citizens, it is nothing to worry about. This is not a standoff. This is just an exchange of trade between the priestess and a representative of the Swamp King." That is what you guys hear. How are you 5 reacting to all this?
I think I just want to watch. I'm not like being aggressive, and I'm definitely not moving in to defend because I know I can't fight any of these fuckers. So I'm just like trying to watch and gain information.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
Do similar.
Jizardo would like to make his way to the front of the crowd and kind of get himself into like a running position, ready to, take a wounded soldier off the battlefield and,
Okay. You're ready to be medic. Gotcha. Alrighty. Raylan?
I'm just, you say there's like crowds all around here and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. There's a bunch because it's there the
I'm imagining it. I'm just imagining it. So, I'm just trying to like weave my way into the crowd and see if I can hear any other like details other than this is just an exchange of what this guy's talking about, because the people maybe know what's going on more.
Gotcha. Do you understand Draconic?
So I don't understand Draconic perfectly, but I perceived it and I learned it in the swamp when I was at Sharib's village.
Gotcha. So, based on what you've heard while talking with Sharib, while Shar was talking to a shaman, you hear bits and pieces, like incomplete sentences or one or two words. But based on like while you're going through the crowd, get information, you get the feeling that most of the citizens are concerned about this situation. Is what you could gather from it.
Okay. Cool.
Sharif, what do
wanted to give it
you?
a shot.
Sharif, what do you want to do?
I'll just take a piece of meat, start chewing on it, and I'll go and look at the stall here to see if there is stuff that could be interesting.
There's a lot of unique foods there, Sharif. There is alligator. There is bullywugs. There is also some meat, some of it human, some of it turtle, some of it being, weirdly enough, other lizard folk meat, which you get from the scent. But nonetheless, that's like, it seems like to be a large meat stall, and you see like most of the staff is looking towards it, and then one of the staff towards you says to you in Draconic, recognizing it as lizard folk, says, "Hey, lizard folk, you need any assistance while all that shit's going on over there?"
I will buy exactly 1 gold piece of meat salad from the guy.
Meat salad?
Meat salad.
All right, he says, "Very well, I'll give you the sampler." You give him 1 gold, and he gives you a piece of each meat.
Beautiful.
Cray, what are you doing in this?
Just kind of looking around, seeing how things play out.
Okay. I would say, who understands Draconic again?
Jazargo.
Jazargo and Sharif.
All right. Jazargo, since you're more close up front, I need you to make a perception check to see what the general see what the conversation is, because these two are speaking in Draconic, and you're closer to the front.
All right, you said a perception?
Yeah, perception check to see how well you hear amidst the crowd noises and all that.
All right, 19 plus my, yeah, that's 22.
That's very, very good. You being a, herbalist and medic and just ready to be on standby in case shit goes down, you're paying very much attention to the nature of this conversation. You do hear, while you try to muffle up all the crowd noise, while you're prepared for the worst, you see this Yanti put a large sack down, and you see the black dragonborn going through it. You get the sense that it sounds like coin and other items based on the outlines of the bag, and you hear the young black dragon whisper, and black dragon's whispers very loud. You hear it in Draconic saying to the black dragonborn, saying, "And Drax is everything there." And this black dragonborn says in Draconic, he says, "Yes, Lord Anthrax, is the necklace there?" Like, pulls it out a bit, and based on your check, you do see what seems like to be a glimmer of emerald. It seems like to be a necklace of some sort. And he says, "Yes, my lord, it's here." He says, the black dragon then says, "Then we shall take our leave." The black dragon then grabs the sack, puts it over his shoulder, goes up to forward, and says to, like the story says, "Your payments for this month is very exceptional. We shall be back next month. We expect something equivalent like this. Otherwise, you might pay a visit to Lord. Otherwise, Lord Anthrax will do great harm to your village." And he kind of just like looks at him with like no emotion, just stare blank into his face. And the black dragon goes over here, whistles, and then all of them fly away from the village, including the black dragon, which flaps his giant wings, which alarms some people at first before all of them take flight, with the black dragonborn basically hatching a ride on one of the bigger blue dragons. And then you just hear everyone else like kind of like spreading about or what have you, some of them maintaining guard positions. Wow. I move tokens around, but that's the conversation you hear as you're already on standby. The crowd starts to disperse a bit, knowing that no harm is gonna happen here, and you see the priestess like slithering back with a concerned face like towards on her face as she slithers back into the temple, along with what seems like to be some of these subjects here.
I have a question just for note taking. So the big dragon was Lord Danthrax or Anthrax?
Anthrax, like the metal band, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
And then the Dragonborn was Andrax. Andrax.
Okay. Okay.
I know, it's very weird, but
Got it.
But nonetheless, that is all that you see and hear, Jazargo. For everyone else, it sounds like you could barely hear a whisper, but it's clearly seen just from facial expressions that the Black Dragon said something to the Black Dragonborn, them talking back and forth for a short instance, and then the Dragonborn having a small conversation. Seems like to be a General S type of individual of the Yanti before all of them fly away. And then everyone kind of just disperses and goes back to their business.
All right, I'm back.
You left for all that? Okay.
I said BRB feeding my cat like 2 minutes ago. I was there for most of it.
Okay. But yeah, what do you guys do now? Jazargo, you're the only one that has heard this conversation.
I don't really know what to do with it. That's like
It's up to you.
Oh, well, Crazy's gonna walk up to Jazargo and ask, "So did you understand? They seem to have some agreement."
Well, yes, I understand what they said and the agreement to a certain, extent, but I don't understand why they don't just, fight back. They have the numbers. They're getting, what would it be called? Monthly
Extorted.
payments, like a gang defense in cities. But, I don't know what the word is. They're getting exploited. There you go.
Extorted.
Same difference.
They're two different words.
Two different words that sound the same and mean almost similar things.
No, one's way more specific than the other. Exploited, there's a billion ways you can exploit somebody. Extort, that's one thing.
Yeah, but being extorted is being exploited, just a certain part of it, no?
Like I said, it's more specific.
Same thing.
In this conversation, do you convey us the names that were mentioned earlier so I keep my notes, or do I delete it for no metagaming?
Yes, sure. The big dragon, Anthrax, and his little man that was talking to him, Andrax, are taking money and valuables from this city. I saw a shiny emerald-looking thing.
Ooh.
Didn't look
Okay.
that, valuable, but it was valuable to them apparently, so.
Well, maybe we can ask about the necklace.
Well, we could, but I don't see why that's any of our business. We don't know these people. They're just not gonna like the fact that we eavesdropped. I'm gonna be honest.
It's rare that I agree with Jazargo, but I think he's right.
Fair enough.
I don't
I'm
think
a
you
curious
disagreed with
bird.
me once.
I mean, I think we gotta realize, like, sure, these people are nice, but also they're selling human meat like 3 stalls away, so...
I don't believe they're the best people.
Meanwhile, Sharv's eating in the corner, tasting some
You
human
just
meat.
We just all pivot to him just like chowing down, and he's like, "What?"
he has just like a fucking femur just eating off of it, and just like...
What's the issue? I got food.
Don't worry about it, big man. Don't worry about it. Just keep eating.
Yeah, so, I'm not exactly willing to do anything about this situation, especially, not when my brothers are apparently pretty close to here, and, the thing that's going to murder them is also pretty close to here, so let's go find those fuckers first. Speaking of which, do you guys want to spend the night, or you guys...
Sorry.
No, go for it. You go
So,
first.
sorry, I just so to make sure that everyone has it, I convey everything that I heard about your brothers, and that's it.
Oh, okay. That sounds big, fat, and hairy. That's Theodore. All right, cool. All right.
Is his name Theodore, or do you just not like him, so you call him that? It's a bad name.
Okay, I am confused by the fucking question. Because is Theodore an insult in another language and I just don't know it? Like, why the fuck would it be bad to call him Theodore?
Hey, Shar,
I
what's the
mean-
worst name you can call a lizard folk?
Don't
Probably
got lizard
Theodore.
folk. You don't got lizard folk named if you don't want to be eaten by them.
So Theodore.
That's
I
not
think
what he
this guy
said.
gets what I'm saying.
That's
I
not
keep
what he
hearing-
said.
I just keep hearing Theodore, Theodore, Theodore.
No loving mother could ever name their creation Theodore.
I wouldn't know. She died after giving birth to me.
That
Mm.
might explain a little bit.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyways.
Sargo.
That insensitive.
She
Yeah.
brought it up first, not me.
I fucking did it. You're the one that mentioned my mother.
I didn't mention the fact that she's dead, though, did I?
No, you just decided to make assumptions about her.
All right, guys, calm
As you guys are arguing, this large Yanti comes up to you and he says in broken common, "Is there problem?"
Her
Don't
brother's
worry.
name is Theodore.
Don't worry, sir. I'll deal with it. All right. So you two, you stop arguing, or I'm biting both of you.
That's rude.
You're a big one.
Yes, me big.
What did you eat to get so big?
Was born big.
Okay, and proceeds to hide behind Sheriff.
No fighting or else I gets involved. Understand?
Understood.
He slithers back towards the temple.
Alright. Well, that's sore point over with and lesson learned. Are we gonna stay the night or are we gonna head out?
Doesn't hurt to stay.
I mean,
Doesn't
we
hurt
lose-
either. I
I
mean,
personally
it's
would
up to,
like. Go
it's
for
up
it.
to you. It's up to you.
I'd personally like to head out. We've done our trading. We got our cloaks. Speaking of which, Raylan, you owe Desargo 125 gold.
All right, I'm
No,
gonna
you
go
don't
and-
owe me anything. I don't care about material wealth.
I give him 125 gold whether he
I-
likes it or not.
Don't accept that gold.
I'll just pick it up.
3.
I worked on it. I
Alright,
built half of it.
alright. You can add a
Yeah,
cloak.
I'll give her.
You can add a
yeah.
cloak of displacement to your inventory, Raylan. It requires attunement, but nonetheless, you do have a cloak of displacement, which is very good for a rogue.
Okay.
It's just permanent disadvantage on people hitting you until they do, and then you get it back on your turn. Pretty good. That being said, I'm willing to head out tonight. We still got our camps. We got enough food. Sheriff looks like he's eaten enough for like 4 people today.
Yup.
Yes. And the cat meat it got better. It's now tougher.
It's tougher.
Yes.
Like, can I see a piece?
Yeah.
I just fucking struggle to fucking shave off a bit of it and just look at you.
It's more
Kinda
like it's
horror.
equivalent of eating like an ice cube, but it's very like tough to chew.
Oh,
Oh, holy shit! All
Is that
right.
alright.
We still have 40 pounds of it, so we have 2 meals.
I think you have 40 pounds of it. I think the rest of us can't eat that.
I would beg to differ. If you get past the whole needing to chew it part, it is quite simple.
Are you just gonna fucking swallow it without chewing?
Well, how else?
Well, that's what I do.
Fair enough,
Anyways,
fine.
let's fucking head out.
Yes.
All right, you guys are exiting the
Especially-
town.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You guys are about to exit town, and I would say this is like late afternoon. So as you guys are going more and more forward towards the swamp, I don't have like a different map for like to extend travel, but we'll say like you guys are going from here. You guys leave the Yanti village of Snapescale, and as you do, you start to get deeper and deeper into the swamp. You do, before like the sun sets, you guys starting to see like the swamp is slowly getting thicker as you guys are slowly trudging along. Sharif, at this point, you starting to feel something different in a swamp. Like this is not the type of swamp you normally are in. This is like a lot more, slightly more tougher to traverse in, for even for you as a lizard folk. This is like new swamp territory for you.
That's not the normal swamp.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a big black dragon corrupting the entire landscape.
Well, it's more that the mud doesn't feel the same under my feet.
Yes, because it's almost like there's a big black dragon corrupting the landscape.
Did we see which way that dragon flew off from the village?
Northwest.
Oh, so the right direction we're going. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
Excellent.
God, I fucking hope they're not dead. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed at them.
Is it about to be dark?
Yes,
By
it's
the way?
about to be dark.
Maybe we should set up camp. It's getting dark.
Sure. Let's set up in the middle. That's where it seems to be like the most solid land.
All right.
The least wet.
Alrighty.
Hey Marina, actually, I called a Rufus. I was like, "Hey Rufus, I have some things for you," and I proceed to offer up. I take like 3 pickled eyeballs out and offer them up to him.
He accepts
He
them.
like, yeah, he like flies out you and flies around you and picks them out of your hand, really quickly. He's like,
Does he say anything?
He doesn't say anything. He'll just go back to me, and I kind of give you a look, and it's just like, okay, that was very nice. Be careful. I am trying to train him to peck out people's eyes. So don't give those out too freely.
Okay, got it. As I hear like the sloshing of like 3 jars worth of pickled eyeballs in my stuff.
So I try to give it to them after every battle, so that way he knows when we're fighting, he can go for the eyes.
Okay. I whispered her, I might have bought too many if you need some.
No, look, it's honestly great. Because I try to avoid the human ones, but otherwise I kind of like them.
Oh, okay.
They're like extra squishy olives.
Okay.
Try to avoid the human ones.
Who just said that, Jazargo? Look, man, we had a conversation earlier. Everything
Alright.
that you're indicating is exactly the opposite. All right, I'm shutting up now.
All right. As you guys are setting up camp, can I have everyone just make a general perception check for me, please?
Alright.
Yeah, eat. 11. Let's go.
18.
13.
Oh, that's a 1.
9.
All right. Who rolled that
18?
18?
Raylan.
All right. Raylan, as you all are setting up camp, you're the only one since you seem to be like the only one taking a rest from like setting up camp. You do hear like see like a few individuals walking from like this area of the swamp towards you guys, and you see them based on your perception check. You see what seems like to be, weirdly enough, a furbolg, along with seems like to be an elven family. Seems like to be a small elven family with like a kid, along with a dwarven couple. We'll do this token. There we go. And you see, it seems like to be 3 humans along with them too. Let's see here. Boom.
Mother decided to roll up all of a sudden.
And
I just yell heads up to the group. Hey, some people are approaching from the. I'm guessing that's the east.
you all see like this group seems like to be like, you know, wanderers a bit. And you see the Furbolg take lead. He says, "Oh, sorry to interrupt you all, but I see you guys are setting up camp there. Is it okay if we sit by your fire here tonight?"
Yeah, sure. So long as you don't try to steal anything
Can we
or
make
try to
any
kill
type of?
us.
Can we make any type of like insight checks or anything like that?
What's your guys' insight modifiers?
Fucking. So I have a passive insight of 15, but my actual insight is +0.
+1.
Passive 13, insight +3.
3? Okay. You guys get the feeling that these are like genuine people, and you guys knowing Furbolgs are like mostly kind individuals. You get the sense that there's no ill harm done coming from them. They feels like these guys are just genuinely looking for like somewhere to rest for the night.
Yeah, you can come rest up near us.
Oh, of course, no problem. Well, as soon as morning hits, we'll be on our way. And then they will join you guys, and they'll start. They'll start to set up their own camps. Nearby.
As they come in, I ask them, where are you guys coming from and what are your names?
One second here.
No,
I'm
come on.
moving
Don't make the DM make a name for every fucking NPC.
No, like just one of them. Like, come on, like one
Okay.
of them to talk to us. Whoever seems to be the leader.
All right. Clearly, the Furbolg is the leader.
All right.
I gotta make up a name now. Hold on.
Sorry.
John Jonah Jameson.
Theodore.
I will fucking murder you.
One second. I'll randomize a name. How about that?
It's Theodore.
Classic.
I'm going with it.
Mm-hmm.
I asked because I didn't know if it was important or not.
Further later, probably.
Okay.
The Furbolg leader says, "My name is Faerun. I come from an old Furbolg village that used to be in the middle, but since the Swamp King decimated it, most of my people are scattered. And then I found these folk kind of grouped individually, and they have traveled with me since then. I'm trying to guide them to a nearby village, and hopefully I'm trying to find my own people as well. What are your guys' names?"
I'm Marina. Hello.
Right.
And I see you have a lizard folk amongst you as well.
His name is Sharif. He's usually not this quiet.
Nice to meet you, Sharif. And he gestures a hand for a handshake.
I grab his whole arm and start lifting him up and down slowly.
You do so. He kind of matches the same trick as you have. He says, "It's nice to meet you." And did you already announce your name, Raylan, to him or no?
I did.
And you are Raylan, correct?
Yes.
Oh, very, very well. Well, I do appreciate you having us for the night. Are you guys in need of food? I got some good berries in my pocket, and he pulls out like a handful of good berries. If you want some.
No,
I'll
we're
take
good.
one. I'm gonna.
We're
I'll
good.
take one. I really
Wait.
don't want. Look, no.
We have
I'll
20
take one.
pounds of meat for this evening.
All right.
You have 20 pounds of fucking cooked leather. That's what you have.
Hey, Sharif. I don't think I'm getting the feeling she doesn't really like the charcoal meat, man.
All right.
I'll take a berry.
You take a good
So-
berry. Do you eat it?
Yeah.
As soon as you put it in your mouth, you realize, oh, damn, I'm very full from that one berry. It's very bland, like a berry would taste, but all of a sudden you feel extremely full.
Ugh, that was just the spot.
Oh,
Weird
I was
magic.
go-
Yes, my druidic magic is what created this. Would you guys like some of good berries as well?
Fucking
Jazardo politely declines.
Very well.
pretty good. It
Well.
kind of tastes like a grape, but it's less salty.
Let me look in my bag, Marina. I might have something. And after a few seconds, Sheriff just get a giant wheel of cheese out of his bag and put it in the middle. I also have that.
What?
He bought a wheel of cheese while everyone was shopping in Castle Gladria. So
We had no idea about the cheese development.
You've been carrying cheese through a fucking swamp.
The guy goes, "Hey, you got some cheese over there?
Yes.
I could probably make something with that if you are interested in lizard folk."
Well, let me cut you a piece as I just slap a big chunk of it and give it to him.
He says, "Oh, thank you very much. I could probably make something with this if you're into it."
I'm full for sure.
Yeah, no shits. Those good berries, they fill you.
They're great.
Yeah, but I could definitely cook something with this cheese, boss. Just give me a few minutes, all right?
Yeah, go with it.
All right.
And I'll put the rest of the big cheese back into my backpack.
Okay.
I go up to Feyre and can I say, can I have one of those berries? And I want to take one of those berries because I want to try and explore my tea adventures with Cray some more.
Oh, of course. The good berry is very decent with tea, but it is very wise to not put a lot of it because one sip could fill you up quite quick, and you don't want to pop like a balloon. Just kidding. Here, and he offers you some good berries.
So I just my thought, and I don't know if Cray wants to do this. We could boil some of the berries with the water and make kind of like some filling water that's kind of like a snack. I don't know if that actually works.
That sounds like soup.
You hate soup so much.
It's more soup than the last kind, but I believe it will be a good change of pace. Keep us full while not having to slow down.
And you can stay hydrated. You need water after eating all of that dried meat, don't you, big man?
No, look. I'll just take a step on the side and literally put my head in the water and start drinking.
All right, you drink it. The swamp water tastes a bit different. It seems a bit more bitter than your usual swamp water.
It's good swamp water.
He's proving his point.
All right.
Doesn't matter how it's tasting, he's proving his point.
Jazarga, would you like to do anything while everyone's setting camp and stuff?
Given the fact that it's a little bit heavier of a marshland, I every couple of seconds, maybe minutes, if this tires me, I'm just molding earth to make the ground a little bit more solid and less wet.
Sure, you do so. And then while doing that, Fenray will also assist with that, try to make the ground more stable, try to make an overall comfortable platform for everyone else camp's accommodations. Time passes. Everyone cooks their own meats and what have you. Sharif, this guy makes out. He's like, "Here you go, big man. You like meat? I give you some cheese, and I even put a cracker on top of it. Here, try it." And you see, like, it's a piece of what seems like to be game meat, along with some cheese melted on top of it, along with, seems like to be, like, not stale bread, but, like, an equivalent of, like, hardtack. But, yeah, so he offers you this.
Medieval cheeseburger.
It does sound like that. Sheriff will just open its mouth, put the whole thing in it, give him back the plate, and start chewing.
All right, you start chewing. The mixture of flavors is actually quite amazing. The texture of the cheese is very salty, but it complements the meat. You can tell that the meat is definitely deer, and this mixture tastes genuinely good. And then the hardtack kind of like absorbs all the excess liquid that's forming in your mouth, making it more of like not a soggy meat or not a soggy meal, but it's like a lot of flavor packed into it. Definitely flavorful. And he goes, so how do you like that, Chief?
That's good.
Very good, very good. So all you gotta do is get some deer meat or whatever meat you wish. Put some of that cheese on top, melt it over the fire. Put some hardtack on top of it. Fill you right up. Definitely delicious than just eating meat or crackers just by themselves.
I do have a lot of cat meat. I
Hmm.
think I'll use it for that.
He's a bit disturbed by that. He says, well, maybe he'll do good with cat meat as well. And then he'll like,
It's Displacer Beast. He didn't eat a cat.
ah, yes. Well, they are cats, aren't they?
In the same way, like a fucking wolf is a dog.
Fair enough. If you need anything cooking-wise, just let me know. I'm a decent cook. And then he'll go over here. What does the rest of the party do as everyone's like eating and settling down?
Marina, can we keep him?
You are not. He is allowed to come with us if he wishes, but you are not allowed to take him.
Okay.
Alright.
I just speak to Giant to the Furball. Do you see what the fuck I have to put up with here?
He speaks in giant to you. He says, I say you guys got an interesting crew, but it seems like you guys could definitely handle yourselves very well. It's really just me, the Elven man, and he points to, let me get my pointer. He points to this gentleman over here, the dwarf, this dwarf over here, and Joey over there, and he gestures towards over there, over here.
Yeah, you seem pretty handy with a crossbow.
He could be useful with the crossbow. But most of the time I do the heavy lifting, you know. I'm a druid. I can help guide people through these places. And I've heard a bunch of their stories. These guys have been through quite a lot. And hopefully I could get them to a place and regroup with my people.
Yeah, I heard there's a whole bunch of refugees. What happened?
Yeah, so ever since the Swamp King extended his territory, obviously there were towns, you know. There was a dwarven hill dwarf town. There was an elven town nearby, the God's Pool. There was also, of course, a human town, and there's a bunch of other towns as well. Lizard folk, Turtle, all kinds of stuff. But ever since the Swamp King got greedy and spread his land about, he either forces the town to either pay in artifacts and coin, or he comes and melts the entire village. And so far, these are where these refugees are kind of scattered about. Most of them separated. The dwarven town paid for a bit, but unfortunately couldn't meet demand, and their places got destroyed. The elven town tried to fight back, but most of them were were melted alive. And then as far as the human town, they tried to negotiate with them. However, the humans decided to get a bit greedy and give the dragon fake gold and decimated almost that town to where there was just nothing left. It's quite sad from what I've heard.
Yeah, sounds pretty shit. No, there's like a town like a little bit down to like the southeast from here. It's full of Yanti.
Oh, you're talking about Snape's scale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're aware of it.
How's everything over there? I haven't been there in quite a while.
Currently, they're paying taxes apparently to the dragon, but also, you know, they sell a shit ton of like human meat and stuff like that. So I wouldn't stay there for long.
He gives a light chuckle and he says, "Well, different species offer different things. For them, eating human meat's normal, whereas for your humankind, you know, it's not normal. I mean, your lizard folk said to me earlier that he has quite a bit of meats, and
that I don't necessarily have a problem with. It was more, hey, there's a whole bunch of refugees in this town. We're taking in a whole bunch, and I saw none, but I did see a lot of meat. So
he puts his hands up and says, "I don't speak for every species. I'm just an observer."
Just saying.
All right. What does everyone else do as these two are having a conversation in Giant?
I have a general mechanics question. How long does it take to do attunement?
We'll say like it takes like about an hour, and I would say amongst like you like setting up camp, getting to know these people, I would say you could definitely do that during that time.
All right, then I'm just gonna attune myself to the cloak.
As you do, you wear the cloak carefully. You try it out, and as you like, you're fully fitted, and everything else, you feel your body completely shift and move left and right, similar to how that Displacer Beast was, and you were like, whoa, this is weird, but you feel like you could use it now.
Nothing else for me.
All right, Cray, what are you doing during all this?
Drink some water to get the tea started.
All right.
Ugh.
Alrighty. And then Jazargo, what are you doing?
As I was, it's a pretty big thing of land. There's a lot of people. I'm just, trying to make it as comfy as possible.
And you do. Some of them actually do appreciate it as well. All right. And then while you're cooking tea, the Faerun will come up to you. Cray says, "Hey, I see you're making tea there, friend. Cray, is it?"
Yes, it is.
What tea you making? Are you making that tea with the good berry I assume Raylan is trying to do?
Yes. Good sustenance for traveling far. Keep you full and hydrated. No need to stop.
You got the proper medicinal herbs for the proper teas?
We have the good berries. That'll be all we need for at least this tea.
He looks at you and goes, well, I have some extras if you need be. He goes into his pouch and hands you like good herbs, like for like genuine good quality teas. If you wish, I have a lot in my pack.
Of course. I'll take them.
There, you take them.
Nothing wrong with you.
All right. Can I have everyone make a perception check for me, please?
Sure. Yay. 12.
All right.
15.
All right, that's a 16 to, what was it, perception?
Yep.
15, 16, 18.
18?
Yes.
Alrighty. Raylan, what'd you roll?
I said 15, same as Sharif, I believe.
15,
Yes.
Sharif. Okay. I'm gonna make a roll here real quick. Okay. Who rolled the highest amongst you all?
I think that was Jazardgo with an 18.
All right. Jazargo, as you're kind of finishing molding earth, I would say like around this area, you start to notice like some movement. However, when you look up and look around, you don't see anything, but you do get a sense that you guys are not alone.
Peculiar. I want to keep molding my earth.
Okay.
It's none of my business, really.
Alrighty. As you mold earth like right around here, you see something pop out of the swamp.
What do I see pop out of the swamp?
I'll let you know next week as we end the session here, as I'm running out of time.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
Alrighty. So we'll see what happens next week. And until then, guys, I'll see everyone else on the next episode. So until then, take care, guys.
Yeah.
Later.